Alyssa, y'all be quiet.
Good afternoon and welcome to Chit Chat with the Journey Sisters. And welcome, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. we got
Welcome.
some we got some energetic mom in the house this afternoon.
Yeah. Of course.
Happy Mother's Day to you ladies. Happy
Aw.
Mother's Day to our audience. Thank you guys for being here this afternoon. Thank you, audience, for joining us this afternoon. I am, as usual, excited about today. I don't know if it's because it's Mother's Day weekend. I don't know if it's because I'm alive. That's it. I'm not even going to go
I
any
would hope
further. That's
it's
it.
because
That's
of
it.
that.
That's it. I'm not going any further. That says it all. I am thankful to be here this afternoon, ladies. I am Alicia Alexander, your host of Chit Chat with the Journey Sisters. And before I go any further, I'm going to allow our guest, Miss Marvette, to introduce herself to us. When I say us, to me, to the audience, to everybody, and just tell us about yourself and what you do, Miss Marvette.
So, hi everyone. First of all, hello to everyone. And I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be on your show today with the Journey Sisters. I am definitely honored, and I pray many blessings upon you and everything that you guys are doing. Amen. I thank you, my dear love. I love me some Miss Janelle. My heart, I thank you so much, amen, for reaching out to me. So, a little bit about Marvette the Artist. About I'm gonna say 6 years ago, I became a gospel artist, and I started off as just Marvette. And things began to change in my life. Things shifted in my life, and God began to show me that it was more to Marvette. So I became Marvette the Artist, and I have it's more artistry than just music. Marvette the Artist I have a catering business. I do graphic designs. I'm an intercessor. I just got ordained on Sunday as an elder. I do. There's a lot with that comes with me. I am a mother of three. I have three beautiful grandchildren. I have a outreach ministry with my other half, my future called Heart of God Prophetic Movement, where we go out in the streets and we pray. We give out resources. We give a word, and whatever they are in need of, we try to meet their needs because we understand that it's bigger than going in just the church inside of the building because we are the church.
Yes.
But it's more to just being in the building. We got to go outside. So that's what we do. We go outside and we just spread the gospel. And that's what we've been doing. I was trying not to be on the road when I was for this moment, but time kind of threw us off. I was supposed to be stationary, but here we are because we do a lot of traveling. We back and forth from Atlanta to Jacksonville, South Carolina. We do a lot, and to God be the glory because it's all it's all Him. Nothing that we doing so perfect. It's just that we decided to be willing vessels in this time.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Marvette. And I like the fact that you're all over the place because that's say you're not just existing, you're living.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I just listened to all the things that you just laid out to us, and I thought I had a full plate. I thought I had a lot done. She just blew me. That just I'm not doing anything compared to what you just laid out there.
Whew.
But we have a work to do, and
Yes.
if we don't take that step forward and do what is purpose in our heart, do and understand the assignment,
Yes.
we are not fulfilling why the purpose why we were sent here. So
That's
despite
right.
everything, it sounds like you have a whole lot going on, but it's a whole lot for the kingdom.
Yes, ma'am.
And I admire you for that, Miss Marvette. Thank you so much
Oh.
for being here. And I know you're on the road, but guess what? You're here. And I
Yes, ma'am.
appreciate that. Thank you so much. Janelle, tell us
Yes,
about
and so I'm excited to be here too, Miss Alicia, and definitely to see my sister Marvette the Artist back in the building. It's a pleasure and a privilege. I think it's an amazing thing. And I'm going to introduce myself, of course, but I think it's so beautiful that we all are mothers and we've had the wonderful opportunity to give birth to something. to give birth to something that's physical, and as mothers, even as women, God has put so much purpose on the inside of us, man. We the only people that can handle all of that, Marvette. Is because
Wow.
of the gifting and the anointing that he's given us, that gives us the ability and the capacity to carry that workload, Miss Alicia.
I
So
know,
only
right?
God knows how we do it, but God is good. So I am Janelle E, life fulfillment coach. I like to show people how to discover their purpose. That's what I'm passionate about, how to uncover who you are and why you are here. I believe that if you find out, that if the enemy just let you find out who you are and why you're here, then the kingdom of darkness is in trouble, because
Woo.
now you are walking, you are moving, you are living, like Miss Alicia said, you're not just existing, but you are living for a purpose, on purpose. And that's my heart's desire, to just allow people to come into that full understanding of, you know what, this is who I am. I know my worth. I understand why I'm here. And I'm not tolerating this and I'm not doing that because it doesn't work to my purpose. And
Come on.
so, Marvette, we are happy to have you on the Chit Chat with the Journey Sisters. This is an amazing platform that Miss Alicia created that
Amen.
gives women like us the opportunity to, share our stories, share our testimony, what we've been through, be transparent, be very outright. I mean, sometimes some of the things we say on this show may scare a person, because you'd be like, oh. But honey, it's all so that God can get the glory. We know that we are overcome by the words of our testimony and by the blood of our lamb. And so if God has done anything for you, it ain't no need for you to keep it to yourself, because he's been so good.
Amen.
There are
Come
so
on.
many people out there that are waiting for your story. They want to hear what you've been through. They're going through right now and they don't know how to get out. But they say, oh, Miss Alicia went through it. And if she came out of it, then I know that I can come out of it too. Oh, Miss Marvette, the artist, went through the same thing. Girl, I didn't know she had to deal with that. Okay, well, if she was able to come through, look at her life, I'm able to do it. And so this show sheds a light and it brings hope, and it just illuminates. And when we leave this platform blessing the lives of so many people,
Yeah.
transforming and hopefully changing it for the better.
Thank you.
So thank you. And I'm excited, Miss Alicia, for being a part of this show today. The
Why,
key.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Janelle. And I'm listening to Janelle and I'm listening to Marvette the Artist. And I am your forgiveness coach, Alicia Alexander, again, like I mentioned earlier. And my purpose and my passion and my walk is to lead others to understand that forgiveness is key. I
Ah.
work with individuals that have been traumatized and find it difficult to move past whatever the trauma was. And if you just learn to understand, not everybody is going to get it. Not everybody, not this is not the key for to key that opens the lock for everybody. But if you can understand just a portion of it, that forgiveness is key. Forgiveness
Yes.
was key for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited about spreading the word about forgiveness. And I look at each one of our titles, and what I'm realizing is a puzzle. This is a jigsaw puzzle, and all of us have a role to play. And when you
Yes.
bring the pieces together, you have a forgiveness coach, you have a fulfillment coach, you have the artist that's reaching out to the community. When you put all these pieces together, we're one.
Yes.
And it's not for us, it's for you. It's for the other party. It's for the other person. It's for us to use our experience, despite whatever it was, how traumatic it was, how fulfilling it was, how uplifting it was. Because not all stories are traumatic, but whatever it is, it's for us to use that to reach others,
Yes.
to let others know who don't have a voice, who think that they don't have a voice, who think that they're on this journey alone, to let them know that you're not alone. And in the event that you just want to just have a platform where you can vent, or an
Mm.
individual you can vent to, we're here for you. And the reason why we're so comfortable and so confident in our position or in our walk is because we've been there.
Hmm.
And we're going through it, because not because we're here talking mean that it's over and it's easy. We are going through it.
Come
So
on.
without any further ado, we're gonna get started. The topic this afternoon is the key. The key.
Mm.
Now I look at I've been looking at the news recently. I don't watch the news that much because to me, I might get myself in trouble for saying this. The news might be one of the most evil show there is on television because everything is live. It's not a movie. It's what's taking place next door. It's
Yes.
what's taking place in our community, in our homes, in our churches. And so I've been looking at the news and you have all these suicides,
Mm.
all these murders, young people. And I cannot help but to dig deep and say, yes, we all have a story. But there's a reason why your story was given to you and not to me.
Mm.
And how we handle it, how we process it, and what we do with it make a difference.
Yes.
And it also makes a difference if we're surrounded with, we don't know what the right individuals are. But unless we understand the purpose, unless we understand the mission, unless we understand the assignment, we're in trouble.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We're in a lot of trouble. And how can we go past just the physical? The physical is I look okay. I'm doing fine. The physical is I get up tomorrow and I go and I do it 8 to 4, 9 to 5,
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
pay the bills and I come back home and I take care of my children. And everybody want. What can you do for me? And you in a position where you just keep doing and not taking the time to let me look at me. I need to be given. Instead of
Mm.
being the one doing, I need to be given.
Jesus.
And Marvel, I have a story, and you and I might have the same story title. Janelle and I have a story. We don't have the same title, but regardless, it's our story. But our story title don't make our experience the same. It might be that I was sexually abused. You were probably under the same circumstances. It universally we have the same title, but the way in which I handle it and what I choose to do with it and how I process it and in the moment, after the moment, look into the future makes a difference. We're
Mm.
gonna before I even tell you about what I when I thought about the topic, the key. I'm gonna ask Miss Marvell. We don't usually probe for questions, but I'm gonna ask Miss Marvell with Janelle's permission, because I know Janelle, is the guru here. I'm trying to. She got a lot. I'm gonna ask Miss Marvin, just give us a highlight. We're gonna go in a little deeper of what your story is, because they heard our stories over and over.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna bring it all together, but tell us what your story is.
So, what I love is that you say you are a forgiveness coach, and I've been talking a lot. I talk a lot about forgiveness because I believe like when we master that, we can go through life a little better. When we master the fact that we can that just to forgive and understand that forgiveness is not for the people that harmed us or mishandled us, it's for us. It's for our peace of mind. I would not be where I am today. I wouldn't be able to function the way I function if I didn't forgive the ones who hurt me. I had to forgive the man that molested me. I had to forgive the man who abused me mentally, who abused me emotionally, who abused who abused my spirit. I had to forgive them in order to walk in what I'm walking now. It's still a process, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. There are days that I begin to think about what I had to face. I was married at the age of 19. I got married early, and that it did not work out because there was a lot of abuse in there. It was a lot of physical, and it was definitely a lot of mental and emotional abuse. And I went through after I decided to was enough, and I walked away, and we did what we needed to do. I still found myself trying to protect the man who beat me. I was still trying to protect them. I didn't want nobody to know what I dealt with. I was afraid to share my testimony because I didn't want him to be looked on any kind of way. And then I had shame because my mama didn't raise me to get beat by nobody. So it was a shame thing for me. And I was like, there was no way I was gonna share that story, or I was gonna tell. My family didn't even know. I didn't go around my family. They thought that I just chose to be with him. And reality was I was ashamed. And I didn't want them to know that I was dealing with what I was dealing with. But I had to come to a point where I had to forgive me because I allowed some of it, because I didn't value Marvette, and I thought that's all I would deserve. That's what I needed in order for me to stick with, because I was told you gotta pray and fast. So praying and fasting is what I did, and I thought that it was gonna change, and I didn't. So I beat myself up. I had to forgive me, and then when I forgave me, I forgave him. I released him out my spirit. And I said, you know what? I realized you was fighting demons yourself. At 19, you didn't know how to be a husband. At 19, you didn't know how to be a father. You took on a lot of responsibilities. So you were fighting demons. So I had to forgive a man who was fighting his own demons. And on top of that, realize that he married a woman who had been molested, who had been raped herself. So I was battered before I got into the marriage. I was already insecure before I got into marriage. All that played a part in our marriage not working. So I had to do a lot of forgiveness. For me to even walk in the love that I have now, I had to forgive. I had to let all that go. I had to walk away from some people and some things that I didn't want to walk away from.
And you just saying that you had to walk away from situations, and it took you a minute because you didn't just get battered today and tomorrow say, you know what, I'm not doing this no more. I'm
It took a
leaving.
long time.
It took a minute.
Yeah.
And you add hurt on top of hurt. And I'm thinking, because I wasn't physically abused, I was sexually abused. But at the same time, when you add hurt on top of hurt and don't deal with any of it,
Yeah.
it only complex the situation. But nobody knows, like you say. You just live this life, and you just keep on going from day to day,
Yep.
putting on this smile, and it's okay because I got this. But we
Yep.
weren't taught any. We weren't taught to how to handle this. And you made a key point to. You said you weren't taught to be in a situation like this, so you couldn't tell nobody. The hush, the quiet behind it, and the quiet behind it is again staggering because we don't talk about it, because we're ashamed of it. It only manifests the situation.
Yeah.
And
I
go ahead.
wanna I wanna add this to it, Marvette and Alicia. Um, that's one of the reasons why it's so important for you to find out your purpose. The sooner you can find out who God created you to be,
Hmm.
the better you can make your choices. I've been doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of questions. I've had a lot of questions as well, Alicia, about why there's so many people committing suicide. And we live in an age where we live in a fake pretense age where there are so many different platforms that aid and abet us and live in a fake life.
Yes.
So we portray to be this person. We portray to have it all. We're beautiful. We're excited. We're making money. We have the form of the godliness. We have the outside appearance like everything is good. But because we are so out of touch and it's all about the likes and it's all about how many people share your content, it's all
Hmm.
about becoming popular and famous and it's just all about that we lose touch with the human side of us that need to be connected with someone.
Hmm.
Meaning, how is it that I'm so connected to Alicia or I'm so connected to Marvette and I don't even really know what you're struggling with or what you're dealing with. And then the news flash comes along, oh, you committed suicide, and I'm shocked. I don't get that, but it's because we're so good in pretending to be this
Yes.
person we are not. And that is what we want to do with Chit Chat with the Journey Sisters. We want to peel the onion and we
Hmm.
want to unveil the truth. Because if the truth really be told, all of us have stories that we're not happy about. All of us have things that we've gone through. Listen to this, and things that we've allowed to happen to ourselves. All
Yes.
of us can say that we have played a role in some of those things that happened to us. But nevertheless, Marvette, you said it, you were able to forgive yourself. And that's one of the things that I believe is easy to forgive someone. The hardest thing I believe is for you to forgive yourself. When you can get to that place where you can forgive yourself, Alicia, then you can start to see things in a different light. And what we want you to get an understanding today when you leave this show is that, let me tell you something. You can pretend all you like. At the end of the day, when you close your eyes and you're in that room, it's just you and God.
Mm.
And that's why there's so many things that's happening on the news. Alicia, I don't watch the news either. I see it when I go in the gym to work out, and I'm like, oh my God, that happened.
Yeah.
It's so disheartening and depressing, and you wonder, what's the whole point of fighting? Well, we're here for you to get your fight back, for you to get your hope back, for you to dream again, for you to live again, for you to understand your worth. And Alicia is going to leave you with the key. That's
The
why this
key,
topic
the
today is
key.
so important. The key, a key gives you access, and it unlocks, it reveals and releases. So when you have a key, you have a right to.
And Janelle, I'm gonna talk about the key, and I'm gonna try to put it into real life and make it as realistic and as transparent as possible. A few months ago, a friend of mine gave me a desk, a beautiful desk for my office, and I'm sitting at it right now. And I don't have any file cabinets per se in here, so the desk has some huge drawers. And I'm like, okay, I could store things in these drawers, right? But there's no key.
Mm.
There's no key to the drawers. So where am I gonna put? How am I gonna get in there? And I've tried everything. I've tried jimmying the lock. There's a hole on the keyhole on the side. I took a picture of it and I said it has some numbers on there. And I said I'm gonna go online and try and find the numbers to see if I could get a key for it. But as life would have it, instead of doing that, I went to the Dollar Tree because I have papers I need to file, and I bought myself some collapsible folding containers, and I started putting the files in there. So I ended up with about 5 different files on the floor, and I'm like, yes, I'm accomplishing something because I'm filing these. The drawer's not open, but it's all right. I found an alternative to it, so I started filing there. And I added another cabinet and another cabinet. And eventually I find myself trying to walk between the cabinets to get to the desk. And I'm saying to myself, this looks very chaotic.
Hmm.
And I'm looking at the situation. I stood up and I kimbo my hand. You put your hand on your hip, and I'm looking at the situation and I'm saying to myself, I've seen this before.
Mm.
Where have I seen this before? And I started thinking about my life. And I started thinking about our life. We make so many excuses and we
Mm.
find alternatives. And the alternative to getting the key, I don't know what's in the drawers. Could be a treasure. I could find something exciting in the drawer. Then again, I probably wouldn't find anything in there. But we make so many excuses. All I have to do is probably go on Google, put in the key number, take a few minutes and figure out, what type of key I need and have it mailed to me because I wouldn't even have to go and pick it up. See how easy that is? It'll be sent to my home.
Right.
But instead, I decided to get the cabinet because that's a quick fix.
Mm.
And I started filing. And I'm looking, I've tried so many quick fixes in my life.
Come on.
I've seen people do so many quick fixes. And unless we get that key and
Come on.
understand where that key is to unlock the situation, to address it, to open up, to give us room. I looked up the word the key and I found that it says to operate to enter. The traditional key is the silver. If you look it up, it says the silver key, it talks about the shape and the purpose of it. But if you dig a little deeper, it says to operate to enter.
Hmm.
You have to be in that position. It says it's a crucial factor in achieving. I need that key to get in here. And instead of making that conscious effort to get that key to get in there, we make excuses. And so I have these cabinets and I'm putting things in them and thinking of my life. I have made excuses because either I think I don't have the time, I don't think what's inside of me is worth it.
Mm.
I don't think I have enough to give.
Hmm.
And we do that. We find all kind of things around us to surpass what we really supposed to be doing, in the direction we're supposed to be going. Now, if I find the key for the drawer, I can easily open it, file it, and I have the freedom. I free myself. I
Mm.
have the space to walk around. But because we don't understand the assignment again, we make excuses. What is your key? What is your key to getting out of what the situation, to being free?
Mm.
Marvette was abused physically, emotionally, but the physical abuse occurred because she never dealt with what took place before. Did it just require her to open up, to reach out, to ignore the shame, to tell somebody, to address that there is a problem? But instead, she compacted it. You know what? This is my quick fix.
Yep.
My quick fix is I'm in love. This is going to be a life. I'm going to have this life, and everything else that took place is going to be in the past.
Yep.
Did it work?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Why not?
Oh, you know what? And even in that, when I tell you it was a process for me because it compiled more. I got out of that. I got into something else, more hurt, more abuse. And the last relationship that I was in, Miss Janelle know who the person is, so I won't definitely say a name. I thought I had found the perfect person for me.
You
No
thought.
one could tell me nothing. He was the man of God who knew the word, and he was family. And that's all I wanted. And then I got dropped like a bad habit. No one knows the story because I didn't go around spreading it. I didn't tell nobody, but I was painted as a bad person. And so more hurt compiled on the hurt that I was still dealing with. And I took time for myself and I said, okay, I gotta go back and search what's going on with me, that I keep attracting people that's gonna hurt me. I had to look in the mirror and see self. And a lot of times that's one of the hardest things to do, is to look in the mirror, because you don't want to really see what's in you. I tell people all the time, and I tell the women, because I also have a platform that's called Sip and Chat, where I talk about some major topics. And I told this young lady, I said the biggest thing was, I said, God, show me. And if you're really not ready for God to show you what's on the inside, then don't ask that question. Because when God began to peel back what was really in me, I was so hurt. And I said, this was in me. So I dealt with me before I got into anything else. I began to deal with me. So the key for me is, one of the keys, because there's multiple keys. One of the keys is to deal with you. Deal with you. And it's okay to deal with self. It's okay. I had to start all over again to love me, because I lost that. I lost loving me. I lost knowing who I was. I lost being comfortable in being Marvette. I lost that part of me because I just wanted love so bad. And I just wanted, I was like, I got so much love to give. And I didn't care who I gave it to and how I received it, even though it wasn't healthy, even though it wasn't real. So one of the keys as you begin the new journey, as you begin the journey of healing and forgiveness, is to deal with yourself. You're not gonna like what you see. It's not gonna feel good, but it's necessary for you to be a better you. We can't say we want better us and don't do the work to become better us.
Exactly.
We gotta work to be better. We gotta dig deep. Don't just work the surface, but dig deep and get whatever it is. So I had to go back to the root, and the
Yes.
root was my childhood.
Yes. I was getting there, yes.
I had to deal with the root, so I dealt with the root. And as I began to go down that rabbit trail, I began to deal with all that, and I was able to forgive and let go, and I can have conversation with those people. And I said, you know what? All of that when y'all fault, that was me too. Can't blame everybody who hurt me. I caused some of that hurt because I didn't deal with me.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure, like, one of your keys is on that's on your desk is this the key of dealing with me. Cause
Mm-hmm.
I can't go, I can't be, I told myself and I tell those that's around me, I don't want to be infecting nobody, but I want to be effective.
Yes.
You connected to me, I want to be effective in your life. I want to help you bring more peace to yourself and more love and self-worth. I don't want to infect you. So I had to deal with me in order for me to do anything. I can't do me properly. I can't do the will of God properly. I can't do ministry properly. I can't sing and worship properly. I can't even do the catering business properly if I'm infecting people. Even
Right.
in my cooking, I want to be effective because I wanted to touch you. I wanted to touch more than just your belly. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to have an experience when you eat my food. That's
Yes.
just how. But I had to come to dealing with me first in order to get there.
I like that, Marvette. I like that road, that journey to your self healing and your self discovery, and that's a lot of women, a lot of women, a lot of us. I question and I wonder, how did God create us? Because a lot of times we just want to be loved so bad, Marvette. We just want
Mm-hmm.
to we just do some of the craziest things that just don't make no cotton picking sense.
Yes.
But we feel like we are right, and in that moment, it's the right thing to do.
Right.
You know, like,
Yes.
how do you feel that it's the right thing to do as a woman for you to take care of a man, or for you to, just for you to you go out to dinner and no, don't worry about that. I got the bill. I mean, we I don't know. I don't know if it's the environment that we came out of. If it's the social media, if it's the things that we've been seeing. Somebody sent me a text message or like a chat where this woman, she proposed to a man, and I mean, I'm
Yeah.
old school. I'm really, really, really old school, and I felt some type of way about that, Miss Alicia. I mean, I really felt some type of way. I'm like, what's wrong with his mouth? What's wrong with his hands? What is wrong with him?
Come on.
He's going to have to want to be the man to step up to the plate to want to spend the rest of his life with you.
But it's not him, Janelle. It's not
But to
him.
see,
It's you.
that's the point I'm getting at. How did we get to this place where we've become so desperate?
Come on.
How do we get to this place where we become so hungry and so thirsty?
Woo.
Um,
That's good.
when you look at on social media, you would see, that's why I had to delete certain things. Black love, relationship goals, and everyone is desiring to have this perfect look. I mean, look at us. Everybody wants a perfect body.
Right.
Everybody wants the perfect relationship. And
Hmm.
we want the world to know that it's perfect. Look at the ring he bought me. I said yes. Look at this. Look at that. We just want to portray this perfection, but deep down inside, all of it is just painted on the top, but we stinking and rotten on the inside.
Yes, we are. And
That's
we we
good.
we we have stuff that we haven't dealt with. We have issues in our tissues that we need to deal with before we can have a relationship with anybody, let alone be somebody's wife for the rest of your life. And
Hmm.
now we're wondering why the divorce rate is so high. We're wondering why the suicide rate is high. I said, and I had this opportunity. I'm gonna let you speak right now, Mr. Lisa. I had the opportunity um to really counsel a couple. They were planning to get married and they wanted some counseling. Listen, after the first counseling, Miss Marvette, I said, baby, you need to run as far as you can.
Wow.
Take it from someone that had been down that road 2 times. Baby, run. Oh, well, he said he loved me, and he trying to change, and he's gonna work it out. Those, because we have those issues. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Because we have those past traumas that we
Yeah.
never dealt with, we find the need to feed it more trauma. And there's a thing that your body can get used to being traumatized.
Yes.
When you happy, have you ever experienced this? And I'm gonna be transparent because I've experienced this before. Sometimes when you just so happy, you just like, man, something wrong.
Glad listen.
Man, something about to happen because something ain't right here.
Yeah.
My bills paid, something ain't right. We're not used to feeling complete. We're not used to feeling whole. But when God sent his son Jesus to die for us, he died so that we can have life and have it more abundantly. But we allow these suckers, I call them suckers because they suck the life out of you. We allow ourselves to be attached to these suckers. And they take us down that spiral path.
Yeah.
Of not knowing our worth.
Yeah.
Of giving more than we're receiving. Because whenever you give more than is pouring back into you, you become depleted.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to tell women, and I need to tell the women that are listening out there, baby. And I know that God is really going to use me in relationships. I know it. I feel it. I sense it deep down in my shanana. I know it because he's been downloading and pouring things into me. And I've had some personal experience for myself. Honey, baby, if you text him and he do not text you back, baby, don't be blowing up his phone 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. The dude is not interested in you. Don't let him tell you, oh, he was busy. Oh, he just didn't. Baby, we look at our phones all day. We got a bathroom. We got our phones in the bathroom. Yeah, I'm in the bathroom, but I'm checking my messages. So we've become so accustomed to accepting, the lies that they feed us. And I'm gonna make some strong women one day. I'm gonna just, really mentor some women to really understand that no, I'm not just gonna take it. I'm a queen, baby. She's loyal. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna allow you to treat me like that. I'm not gonna walk away from this relationship feeling like, wow, what could I have done? I mean, what did I do? Instead of saying, you know what, I've realized who I am, and because I know who I am, I'm not going to accept this, and I'm not going to accept that, and that's it. Period.
Come on.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Jenna just told her story, right? She just told her story in her past. She just told everything. We don't even have to ask what she's dealing with or she dealt with. She just told her story, and you understand where she's coming from, right? But the key is not even just to relationship. Jenna, I get you. It's gonna be okay. It is okay. But it's not even just relationship. We have to deal with us. And we have to understand that the devil has power. But we have power and authority.
Come on. Come on.
And that is what we have over the devil.
Yes.
And the devil does not receive authority until we give it to him. He's feeding off of us. And by us wobbling in our situation, and I call it wobbling because sometimes we don't even realize that we're doing it.
Yeah.
Because for a long time, I didn't realize what I was dealing with. I didn't realize what I was doing. I didn't realize, you know what? I am successful on the outside because success doesn't have to be financial. I am successful. To anybody looking at me, you okay? But inside, I was still wobbling in it. I was not moving past. I didn't know me. And that's because I was giving my power to everything else around me except where the power. I was giving praises to everything around me except God.
Come on.
I was trying to fix things myself.
Yeah.
And the key is we cannot fix things ourselves. We have resources in place. The resource was given to us when he walked this earth. He gave us everything, and we absolutely refuse to use it.
Come on.
Because we can fix it. We know how to take care of this. It's our plan. And until we decide Because that's what led me to forgiveness until I decided that this wasn't about me.
Yes.
Nothing was going to change until I gave it to him. And after
Alicia,
I
let's
gave it to him and I said, you know what? I'm naked. You know what I look like naked because you created me anyhow. I said, I'm naked and I'm going to have to give this to you if I want to move on a happy path.
Alicia,
If
I
I
want to
want to
just
make
get
a
back
difference.
to I want you to get back to the fix it part. I want you to
Come
get
on.
back to the fix it part because you know as women, we believe that
We
we
can
have been
fix everything.
anointed and gifted by God to fix everything. But there are some things that are broken,
Marvin
baby.
is
We
about
didn't
to have
break
a
it and
fit. Marvin is
we're not
about to have a
responsible for
fit.
fixing it.
You saw that hand, Janelle? Marvin is about to have a
Yes.
fit.
Alicia, honey, honey.
Because
Go ahead.
listen, I promise you, my last relationship, this is no lie. When we was having issues, like there weren't major issues, but he was going through a battle within himself, right? And I did not know that when Mother's Day came around, he was thinking about proposing. Now we had done talked about marriage, but I didn't. He said he wasn't ready for it. So when he proposed and went live and made this big old issue about it, I was like, okay, God, I see you. Like, okay, but it was still some things like it was still off, right? But we celebrated. I'm telling y'all, for like 2 weeks, every day, this man was taking me out to eat, or we was going to lunch, and he was posting and something that he wasn't doing at first. He really wasn't posting me on Facebook, on social media like that, which was cool. But after that, like he had a point to prove to people. And I didn't see it like that until after it was over, that he was trying to prove a point to somebody. And I was like, and I was used as a pawn to prove a point to folks. Okay. But when everything, when he walked away and left me like he did, I questioned myself, like, did I do, like, what did I do wrong? I didn't do
We
this to,
always
like,
blame ourselves.
I was trying to figure it out, like, what, but then God was like, look at this as a blessing.
Come on
I
now.
set you free.
Come on
Because
now.
you didn't even know that you was in bondage, baby. You was in bondage and didn't know it, and I set you free from that. So walk in your freedom. And a lot of times that because we do want to be loved so much, we feel like we gotta. I knew he had issues. I knew he was emotionally unstable. I knew he was still broken from what was done to him. I knew he had some trauma that he didn't deal with. But I thought, as Miss Chanel said, I was anointed. I was anointed to work on his brokenness when I didn't truly deal with my own broken pieces.
Come on now. Come on,
So
somebody.
God was like, how can you feel like I anointed you to help somebody else heal from their brokenness when you're not completely healed, when you're not made whole? So I freed you so you can deal with you. So don't look at it as, oh my God, I thought my life was over, y'all, literally, because I said I wasn't trying to love nobody else. I wasn't finna be with nobody else. And then here come this man. Everybody know I love children who needed a mother figure in their life. And here's this man who I thought had it together, but had it somewhere had it together up here, when really he had his own baggage. But I said I'd take on his baggage, deal with my baggage, deal with the kids' mom's baggage, deal with the other family and their baggage, because they still hurting, man. I'm dealing with everybody's baggage, and my bag is filling up with their stuff.
Oh,
So you have to say, look, I know what I'm equipped for, but you got to admit that you're not equipped to deal with everybody's baggage. I know that wasn't my purpose. I said yesterday on my live, I said, listen, everybody got a mountain, right? But we have the authority to tell the mountain to move. And once you realize what your mountain is and what the purpose attached to the mountain is, the better your walk will be with God. I had to realize that was a mountain. And I realized that the purpose of that mountain was to better me. Even though it hurt, even though I was sad, even though I went through depression, it still was the best. It brought something out of me. It brought more music. I'm stepping into my purpose. I'm going forth in God. And I believe if it wasn't for those moments, I wouldn't be where I am today. I had to realize what my purpose was. I had to realize my purpose. It was purpose in all my pain. And every tear I shed and still shed today is purpose behind it. And I'm equipped to handle what God gave me. I'm not equipped to handle nobody else. Nobody else's issues. I'm not equipped to help you heal your baggage and my stuff is messed up. we gotta deal with us. And it's okay to say I'm messed up and I got some stuff to deal with. It's okay to say that, because the moment you admit that you got some stuff, and the moment you admit that you messed up, the better things will be for you. That's the beginning. That's the key of the beginning of your healing. You unlock the door of healing. The moment you admit where you are, you unlock. There go the key right there. Guess what? We looking for a bunch of keys and we look in the mirror. I want every woman that's listening, even every man that's listening, look in the mirror. Guess what? Say hello to your key, because you're the key.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Absolutely.
You're the key.
Yes,
and so the moment we acknowledge that we are the key, the better we'll be. The better life will begin. I promise you. Y'all just, because I go to preaching, so forgive me because I get excited.
I got too excited, ladies. I'm the calm one here, right? I got too excited, ladies here. But you're right. Unless you get to the point where you realize, where you've been through so much, and you stop and really say, I need to be still, and see what's taking place. Why do I keep getting into these relationships? And realize that, you know what? Despite what I went through, at the moment I was going through it, it was the worst thing ever. But I have no regrets.
That's right.
I would say again, nobody wants to be abused. But if I had to do this life over, if I had the opportunity, I would take the abuse again. I would.
Come on.
Sounds crazy, but I would. Because what took place there made me who I am. It made me stronger. It made me more aware.
Come on.
And it puts a purpose in my heart that I'm not a speaker. But it put me in a position where I have something to say and I can't be quiet about it.
Come on.
I have to let others know that I was quiet for a long time. I took it for a long time. I dealt with the pain. As a matter of fact, I didn't even think it was pain. Because I was so accustomed to it. I was numb to it.
Yeah,
it was normal.
Yeah.
It's normal for me to walk around all this because you know what? I can still get through. I can walk through the 5 cabinets and I still get through. And I'll sit here and I'll fulfill my purpose because I made it to this desk. And we get through things in life, and we get through our job, and our children are growing, and our household look comfortable, and we dress nice when we go out, and we get around it. But have we addressed it? Even if you have a room and your room is filled with clothes, and you know where the closet door is, and you walk around the bed and you step over the shoe and whatever to get the dress you want in the closet. But is that making you any happier? Wouldn't it be easier if you could just walk straight to the closet with your eyes closed?
Come on.
But we make all these excuses and we find a way to deal with everything except what we need to deal with.
And that's what Marvette was saying, that we are the key. We're the ones, what you don't confront will eventually confront you.
Mm-hmm.
What you don't confront will eventually confront you. So we cover it up by going out of one relationship into another. And those things that we don't deal with just keeps resurfacing over and over again. And you got the same problem with a different man. You got the same problem with a different woman.
Oh, no,
so what is the key? What is the key? Like Marvette said, the key is the man in the mirror.
Yes.
The key is understanding your purpose. I get it. I understand women wanting and having that desire to be loved. I believe that's a part of our DNA. Wanting and desiring to be loved. I mean, I know someone that was in this relationship and she wanted to be loved so bad that she bought her own engagement ring. And she was wearing it and everybody was like, oh, you engaged? I didn't know. Yes, I'm engaged. It's like we so want this image of perfection that we don't look at, okay, am I ready? Am I marriage material?
Come on.
Do I have all the necessary skills that I need to be this person? And I've said it to young people over and over and over again.
Jesus.
If you have not understood and discovered who you are, how in the
World.
world?
I'm gonna put world in there. Go
How
ahead.
in the world? How in the world are you going to be somebody's wife
But you
and
see,
cater to somebody else's needs? And that's what happens. We lose ourselves. Like you, Marvette, I got married at between 19 and 20. I mean, that should be abolished. How you understand me for real? If you hadn't had certain experiences and you haven't done certain things, I mean, when you become 20, now you got to cook somebody else's breakfast. You ain't even had your mama was fixing your breakfast up to the day you got married, and now you got to go fix somebody else's breakfast.
Yeah.
Your mama was washing your clothes.
Now you watching somebody else's
Up to the
clothes.
last day before you got married. Now you got to wash somebody else's clothes and
Yeah.
worry and care about somebody else's feelings. What about my feelings? You know what I'm saying? And so we love this platform, Alicia, and we know that we never ever have enough time and 1 hour to share, especially when you got somebody hype like me
Yes.
on the show. It's hard for me to contain my emotions. And I know that God is he's doing a work in me. I am under construction and I'm a work in progress. So he's working on all my flaws. And I'm quick to say that I have a lot of flaws. And so that man, don't come at me the wrong way because I ain't all the way there.
She's
Listen,
right. She's right. She's right.
hey, listen, I'm saved, but I ain't safe.
Come on now. You know, I saved from my sins, but not my senses, baby, because I will.
Thread lightly. I love you with the love of Christ, though, but thread lightly.
But what I'm trying to say is we get an opportunity where we can really be real. Alicia, this is an amazing opportunity. And that is why I have no problem being your co-host and sharing this platform with you. Because I realize that it's really helping a lot of people. And even though they may not be on this live, they can watch the replay over and over again. I believe that this is going to reach somebody on the other side of the continent, on the other side of the globe. They're going to say, man, look here, these women are on fire. I mean, I want what they have. I want to know the God that they serve. I want to know what gives them joy. I want to have the joy that they have. And I want you to know today that the joy that we have, the joy of the Lord is our strength.
Yes.
This strength is perfect in our weakness. And so this platform is an amazing opportunity for us to be transparent. And just in case you thought I was perfect, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm so far from it. And I need God's guidance every day to take me through it because, you know, sometimes I want to get into it, but God is good. And you've heard Marvette's story. You've heard Alicia's testimony. You've heard me rant and rave. You know what we're passionate about, where our passion lies, and we want to be able to give you an opportunity to reach out to us even after this show is over.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say thank you, Alicia and Marvette.
You're
Girl,
welcome.
Thank
you
you.
the truth.com, honey. You the truth.com. And I'm speaking for Miss Alicia because I know what's in her mind and I can read her mind. We gonna have you back on the show, honey. We're gonna have you back on the show because it gonna be a show about relationships, Alicia.
I know.
Be a
I
show.
can tell, Jonelle. I can tell.
But it's really, really and truly, it's just really to help people. We want to help people to grow into who they are and understand their purpose and really live a fulfilled life. That's what it's about. That's why I'm a life fulfillment coach. So you can live a fulfilled life, the life that God sent his son to be crucified, to be whipped, to be spat upon and scorned so that you can have life more abundantly. Why are you accepting a mediocre life?
Come on.
That's another topic, Alicia. We'll leave it right there.
Don't go no further, Jay. Now I got you
right there, Mama.
Miss Marvette.
Yes,
I know, and always never long enough. We're at that point, and I thank you so much for being here with us. And thank you so much for sharing your story and for the passion you have behind it as well. Before we go, I want you to just let our audience know some final words on the key. What was your key what do you think their key could possibly be? Everybody is different.
Right.
So to pointers at them as to what could be your key. What is it that we need to do?
So, first and foremost, again, thank you for this opportunity and this platform. I absolutely love it, and I always never enough time when you're talking about when you're passionate about what you're doing first and foremost. But like I said before, your number one key is looking in the mirror. Start there. Start looking in the mirror because you are the key. And when I say you're the key, I'm saying that you're the key to begin to start a brand new journey and to walk in your true freedom. Be honest with oneself. It's okay not to be okay. Our problem throughout life is that we don't never want to say we're not okay. We want to be strong. We don't want nobody looking at us as though we're weak. It's not that you're weak, you're human. And it's okay to be human. That's how God made us. He made
Mm-hmm.
us humans. So deal with yourself, begin the journey of freedom, love who you are, learn your purpose. And when I say learn your purpose, learn what is your reasoning that God still have you here. I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. I tried to commit suicide and I'm still here. So when I said like if I felt like I felt that life and I felt that killing myself, there's a reason why I'm still here.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
I had to find my purpose and why I'm alive. My life is not my own.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that everything that you're facing and what you're going through is not about you. It's always about somebody, about other people. So your first key is to deal with yourself. Look in the mirror, deal with you, and begin your journey of freedom. Because we are free. We are not to be bound. We are not made to be in a box. God made us to be free and free indeed. Not to be bound.
Amen. Amen. Where can we find you, Miss Marvette?
I'm
Where
on
can they follow
Facebook
you?
as Marvette O'Neal. Well, I'm sorry, Psalmist MTA is my name on Facebook. Marvette the Artist 22 is my name on Instagram. I have a TikTok that's Marvette the Artist all together. But you can, and I also, if you want to follow the sip and chat that I have that I do every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, I do a sip and chat. I have different guests, and some nights it's just me. But it also airs on Roku TV on Saturdays. But Sip and Chat is my fan page that you would like to go on and just see some different episodes that I've done. Last week we did Our Mother's Love and it was amazing. I had my own daughters and my other half, his daughter was a guest on the show that night. But if you just need prayer, if you just need somebody to touch and agree with you, if you just need somebody just to listen to all what you're going through and you don't want nobody to sit down, you just want to listen to it, please inbox me at any time. I promise you I'll respond. I may not respond right then, but you will get a response from me.
Amen. Thank you so much, Miss Marvette, the
Yes.
artist.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Jay now,
Thank you,
your
guys. You can
Janelle,
reach
what's your
me.
key?
Yeah,
What's your key, Jay now?
I, uh, I
One
just
key. One key. I have to put on black one
the
key
my
because you got
key
that
is
energy.
definitely going to be uncovering your purpose. Purpose gives you the meaning to life, the meaning to your true existence. Because when you understand purpose, you understand, oh, I can't be in that type of relationship because it doesn't align with my purpose. Oh, I can't have that type of job because it doesn't align with my purpose. And purpose, knowing your purpose helps you to make better choices, better decisions. If you know what your purpose is, oh, I can't eat certain things. Because of who I am and knowing where God is taking me and what my purpose is. I can't hang around a certain amount of people. I can't allow you to speak that negativity in my ear because I'm on a mission. I understand the assignment because I know my purpose. And I believe that we will solve a lot of problems by just really knowing our purpose. And I believe that's the key to everything, especially it was big in my life, just really trying to find out who I am. And God knows why I am here. Once you get the revelation of that, I mean, so God is going to just open up your eyes to just see, okay, so I don't want that person around me because you ain't helping me towards my purpose, baby. Certain relationships, like I said, and even marriages you would not go into if you knew what your purpose was. So that's my key for the day. You can find me on Facebook as Janelle Drayton. You can find me on Instagram as Janelle Drayton. You can find me on TikTok as Lady Soul 242. Just inbox me. Just inbox me. I am the She Inspired Network. She inspired women, and that's one of the things I like to do. I like to bring inspiration. I like to bring inspiration from the inside, give you motivation so that you can get revelation and have elevation to wherever
Amen.
God's taking you. So that's who I am. And thank you so much, Alicia and Marvette. Once
Wow.
again, darling, thank you so much.
And thank you, ladies, so much for being a part of this program, Chit Chat. My final words are the key is to return to the roots. You have to be able and willing to address the root of the issue. We cover it up too much. We make too many excuses. And if you just take the opportunity and take the time to say, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reason why. This is where it started. And this is what I'm going to deal with. You couple that with prayer, purging, and pursuit. So you deal with the root. You couple it with prayer, prayer, purging, and you pursue it. It leads to where forgiveness. And forgiveness brings calm to you. Forgiveness, I get excited about the word forgiveness. Forgiveness restores. This is my level of excitement. I don't get excitement and Janelle here start flying. I don't get excited like that. I get excited where forgiveness restores. And it takes time to get there. It's no overnight thing. Like, we ladies, we're not in our 20s. We're not in our 30s. I'm not going to give your age away. And I'm going to stop right there in the 30s, right? So it took us a minute to get here. And we're still going through it. But forgiveness is for you. Speak to your pain. Speak to your success as well. It's not just about the pain. Use your voice. And sometimes your voice doesn't even have to be your physical voice. But if you take the time to address you, if you take the time to realize, you know what, I have an issue, and an issue that haven't been dealt with, and an issue that need to be dealt with, if I'm going to make myself happy and make others happy, if I'm going to live a fulfilling life, if I'm going to live and not just survive, and not just exist, and even go beyond that to the part of thriving, I have to deal with me. I have to return to the roots, and I have to forgive.
Absolutely.
I'm your host, Miss Alicia Alexander, your forgiveness coach. I thank you guys for joining us. I thank our audience for joining us. They were very engaging. And sometimes, even though they might not post any comments online, they'll reach out. And I know that even if it's just one word, I don't know what word it was, where it came from, if it just touched one life, it starts with one, and we've made a difference. Thank you for being here. It was exciting. Happy Mother's Day weekend. And we look forward to seeing you in June. Back with us on Chit Chat with the Journey Sisters. Thank you so much, Miss Marvette the Artist. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you, our audience. And we love you. You have a wonderful weekend and enjoy the rest of the month.
Bye.
Bye.